Hello and good evening, everybody. In my TED analysis, I'll be talking about the presentation by Karen Thomas Walker, What Fear Can Teach Us. In the TED presentation, Karen Thomas Walker talks about our fears. She discusses how fear goes hand in hand with imagination, and in some ways choices we make. I found this interesting because it's something that we all can relate to. We all have fears and we all have our own ways of facing them as well as avoiding them. In her presentation, she tells the story of the whale ship Essex, which is a story of a crew of sailors whose ship was destroyed by a sperm whale and left them stranded over 1,000 miles away from any type of shore. They had a few choices to make, and due to rumors, they believed that the closest island was inhabited by cannibals and feared that they would be killed the moment they arrived. The second was to sail to Hawaii and risk going through seasonal storms, or travel the further distance to South America and stretch their supply beyond its reach. They chose to travel to South America, although 2 ships of sailors survived. Many had died, and some even began using cannibalism to survive as well. Fear led them through this path because they feared the fate that other options could bring. Which goes into what she said about fear and imagination. It is said that anything you fear will always seem bigger than what it actually is. Like the story, their fear of being eaten by cannibals led them away from the route to avoiding facing such fear, even though it was the route that could have possibly saved more lives. Our fear can have a major part in the choices we make. Karen states that the fear makes us ask ourselves what will happen next and makes us think about the future. She states sometimes doing so can lead to your fears coming true and sometimes leads to another event. She explains that this is what makes your fear similar to a story where you're the author and as well as the main character. I feel that Karen Thomas Walker incorporated most of the TED commandments. She shared her fears, showing the audience the real her. She connected people. She made the complex plain by telling stories and explaining. And she didn't read anything. Everything was spoken clearly, and it sounded like it wasn't written. As for the punch method, I feel this personally had it all except humor. It was personal and unexpected because it had to do with emotion, and it was shown in an unexpected way by telling a story. She explained her thoughts as well as she told something novel by showing us how to see fears in a different way. She also challenged the audience to put themselves in the position of the sailors of the whale ship Essex, which can be used as a star moment as well. It grasped attention and led audience in suspense. When I do my presentation, I hope to engage the audience as well as Carrie did in her TED presentation. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this led you to see the presentation for yourselves. Thank you.